Let's go back to one of our top stories. Over 80 suspects appearing in court following the gang rape of 8 women in Krugersdorp. Hasina Gori is following that story. A very good afternoon to you, Hasina. Tell us what's happening.
Good afternoon, Nzinga. We've just come out of court where the 81 suspects have begun appearing here at the Krugersdorp Magistrate's Court. They were arrested over the weekend following mass operations here in the area after that heinous crime that took place in an abandoned mine dump, seeing 8 women being gang raped over in that specific area. The police then held operations which then arrested 81 suspects. They appeared for the first time on Monday in this court. The matter was postponed to today to allow for the state to conclude an ID parade as well as for them to get legal representation. Almost 90% of them had elected to get legal aid. This morning we're told that their representation was here. However, they were not able to interview and really speak with their clients at that point. They were just here to represent them here. They have begun appearing. They're all facing one charge only for the contravention of the Immigration Act that's been for undocumented in the country. The police are still trying to link them to the other crimes, including that of rape. Here, the matter has been postponed once again to next week, Wednesday, that is the 10th of August, to allow for the state to conclude once again that ID parade, but also for their own legal representation to consult with them at the stage. Currently, we know when we were told to step out of court that the minors, there were about 20 minors that were also arrested at that time. Those are suspects under the age of 18. They're currently being processed under in camera, so we're not allowed to sit into their processes. We're also not allowed to record any of these suspects in court or even name them or show any characteristics of them. There's been a huge outcry from community, from politicians. We've seen them come out here, in their numbers since Monday. But behind me, I want to bring in some of those who are from the community here. We have someone from the Mogale City Parliament that is here today. As a community that lives here, the issues that we're hearing everyone speak out about and that heinous crime that took place, we've been told by many of the community that this is an everyday occurrence. What needs to be done to help clean up this area?
I would like to just greet everybody here. The most important fact is that from tomorrow, there's a day whereby we shut in the first ever in South Africa, the first shutdown of Mogale City. Every corner, every coast of Mogale City will be shut down because of this. We're tired. It's been something that has been happening for years now. This is not the first incident, to be honest, because these people are celebrity. That's why this thing is here. Every day, there's cases that are running through, and it's the most scariest thing ever to live under these circumstances. And us as the people of the community, we've just came with the better solution is that tomorrow will be the first ever shutdown in the whole country, the first shutdown of Mogale City. So we're going to show the people how is it done. But we need people from the community to come help us to do this and to honor this, because we're doing this for a lot of people and not just only us, but also we're seeing it as an eye-opener for other communities that has this thing that is happening, so that in the next coming days it will be easy for the president to make his life easier and for Peggy to live a proper life.
We've been seeing police operating here in the last few days, having sting operations at the abandoned mines. As a community and someone who's lived in this area, do you feel that police have just ignored your cries, for all the lawlessness that have been happening here?
I believe that the police are not doing their job. You understand? As you see, the T-shirt here, it's Kalamtana movement, dealing with illegal immigrants and these things, fighting for GPV. So I believe the policies are not doing their job. Even the government are failing us because of, at the end of the day, we're trying, us as organizations, as movement, to fight these things. Because here we are now, we are here attending the illegal immigrants, but no justice for us. No one is there to give us attention. The government doesn't give us attention. So we really need the government to give us attention and hear our cry, because the anger that we have as South Africans now, it will end up going back to the looting and everything, and we don't want that. So I think the police, they must do their job, and then they must come to the community and cry with us, man, and see us that we are crying a lot. So we need the government and the police to gather together with us and fight this, because they are South Africans as well. So we really need grace and justice.
These are the echoes and sentiments that we've been hearing throughout the last week since that incident from this community, saying that they've been calling out against these lawlessness, the crime that's been happening in the area, the gender-based violence, but also just the illegal mining and the illicit trading that's been happening in the area. But I want to bring in someone else and say, we've heard these cries. What needs to be done to help, sort out these issues?
Oh, thank you, Hasina. This is the question that Crisalda Lewis asked this morning. It's only 3 answers that we can get from now onwards, going forward. We would like Minister of Police to make sure that he get back to the Section 22 of 1977, Act number 57, which says each and every South African citizen has got the right to arrest without a warrant. And every policeman, when they are off duty, wherever they've got cards, that shows that they are police officers. They must work. We are not saying they must go to police and report. We are saying they must represent themselves that they are police officers. Because every tavern here is full of police officers. They are no longer doing their job as normal. It takes us back to the time of apartheid, where we used to blame the whites and say they beat us on the street. They were avoiding such horrible things. And I'm going to the Minister of International Affairs. Please, Minister, can you please amend the immigrant, the immigrant law, the migration law, because it's killing us. This thing of permits is killing us. If you can go where we stay, in our community, I'm from Kagiso. Those Zamazamas, there are a lot of them there, and they drive big cars. You ask yourself, how are they getting change of ownerships? How are they changing this car to be on their names? You will never know. But once you get deeper to search, you'll find that police officers are involved. So please, Mr. Begitele, make sure that you change these amendments, please.
That is one of the community leaders here speaking to us outside the Krugersdorp Magistrate's Court, where we've been seeing those 80-some suspects coming to court today. We also know those that were arrested yesterday, the 50 that were arrested, or the 50 plus that were arrested yesterday, will be appearing for the first time today. We're waiting to hear from the NPA on what exactly the charges they're facing. We know they will be facing the contravention of the Immigration Act, but if any other charges will also be brought onto them, and also the final number of how many have since been arrested. We know other operations are also ongoing in this area right now at this abandoned mine. But that's it for me for now. Back to you in studio in Zinga.
Thanks so much, Hasina Gori, for that update. It's time for a short break. When we come back, a school has been burnt in Ekurhuleni. We'll be speaking to the Gauteng Department of Education on what's going to happen and possible solutions.